A transport drops out of hyperspace and heads toward a fleet of large capital ships. A voice communication crackles to life.
This is the destroyer Vanguard. Hold current position and await further instructions.
The voice states, Commander Cody, the Multiverse Response Unit, or MRU's first officer, responds from the co-pilot seat of the transport.
Understood, Vanguard.
Lara disengages the transport's sublight engines, following the Vanguard's instructions.
That's a lot of ships.
Captain Tanya Sidea, commanding officer of the MRU, stated as she entered the cockpit area to look out the front viewport at the fleet in front of them as 3 starfighters streaked by above, passing close by.
I like the look of those larger destroyers. They look sweet, don't they?
They look dangerous,
said Sharon Walker, the mercenary squad's strike support specialist.
They look hissy.
The commander responded, letting out a hissing noise.
If we need to leave, like in a hurry, I'm not sure we could get out. We're surrounded.
Ming Xiaohui, the MRU squad's mission tactics specialist and second officer, stated as she entered the cockpit area, standing next to Captain Sidea.
We could, 'cause Laura's a badass.
The commander stated, punching Lara lightly in the arm.
True story.
Lara, the MRU squad pilot, responded.
Sister got skills.
A voice begins to speak through the transport's communications.
Drop shuttle?
There's a brief pause as the voice awaits the name of the MRU's transport.
Frisky Brisket.
The commander finishes.
Drop shuttle Frisky Brisket.
I do not want this name on my shit.
It's not yours, it's ours, Laura.
I'm the pilot. I should name it.
Your name's on the outside as a pilot, Laura.
Yeah. Right below the cat face the commander painted.
Kitties are life, Laura.
I'm not a cat. And can we not with the frickin' brisket?
Frisky, not freakin'. It's a select cut.
I'm not flying a brisket. We talked about this last week. We're giving this ship a Rakaran name.
Can I say something?
Sure, you can say, yes, Lara, we're renaming this ship to whatever you like. Go ahead.
Is that my coffee you're drinking?
You're changing the subject.
Well, the subject is now my Mr. Rogers mug you're holding.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And that's my coffee inside the mug, right?
I mean, tastes like it. Was it sitting in a bag, on a dresser, in your quarters?
Yes, in my locked quarters.
Then yes, it was yours.
The communication channel remained open during this exchange, allowing the Vanguard to hear the entire conversation.
Frisk, unidentified shuttle. Please transmit your sector authorization codes.
The commander quickly called up the codes on a small terminal between him and Lara, transmitting them to Vanguard. He then temporarily muted the communication channel. The commander let out a hiss, mocking the voice's aggravated state.
Are you two seriously arguing about the ship name again?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Communications on the Frisky Brisket crackles back to life.
Your authorization codes are in order. Please proceed to Docking Bay 2. A team will meet you there. Leave all personal firearms and explosives on your transport. Unauthorized weapons are not permitted aboard ship. Vanguard out.
Lara powers up the transport as the commander turns to say something to her.
No.
But I was just going...
Just no, Commander.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everyone be cool. These Antarians are serious. It's not as laid back here as it is on the Karathan cruiser.
As one of the founding members of the team and overall commander of the MRU, Tanya had been on a few contract missions for the Antarian Empire previously.
Really?
Tanya said, sighing as she and the rest of the MRU team walked down the ramp. The commander made it to the bottom, where a deck officer was standing with a small contingent of armored troops.
Alpha Squadron?
Commander Cody, it's been a while.
Brandy? Hey, sister.
The commander then reached out. Brandy smacked the palm of his hand, ending in a handshake. The deck officer, standing next to Brandy, gave her a stern look.
Sorry, sir.
The commander then held out his hand to the deck officer, who remained in position with his hands held loosely behind his back.
Commander, I am Deck Officer Khan. I would appreciate it greatly if you would refrain from shouting across the flight deck, at least while I am on duty.
Yeah, sure.
There is a certain decorum aboard Antarian military vessels, Commander. We are not the Karathan Rebellion.
Totally.
Officer Khan motioned to the armored troop standing next to him, then backed away. A soldier was assigned to each member of the mercenary squad. They were then patted down for weapons and contraband. One of the soldiers pulled out a small holdout pistol, hidden in the side of Sharon's right boot. Sharon gave an innocent look to Officer Khan and shrugged. Officer Khan then turned to look at Captain Sidea.
That will be confiscated and held. It will be returned to you upon leaving the Vanguard.
You'll have to forgive her, Officer Khan. She's a walking tank.
After the security check, Officer Khan stood aside as the armored soldiers moved to make a path for the MRU team.
This way.
Captain Sidea began walking forward. She made it to where the commander was standing and pointed a finger at his face.
Behave yourself.
Flight personnel, please prepare for the arrival of Captain Antron.
I'm watching you.
I can see that.
The captain's features softened, and she smiled slightly, walking past the commander in the direction indicated by Officer Khan. She made it to where Sharon Walker was standing.
Sorry, Captain?
Sharon Walker said, raising her hands and shrugging, still chewing on the last bit of crackerjack she was eating as a snack while en route to the Antarian fleet. Captain Sidea smiled slightly and patted Sharon gently on the shoulder as she walked past. The captain knew the commander was far more than capable at his job, as was Sharon and the rest of the squad. They were free spirits, like the captain. She often engaged with them in fun banter, but she knew the visit aboard the Imperial ship required a level of restraint the commander and Sharon sometimes did not exhibit. It was likely the Antarian military would overlook a lot of the squad's carefree attitudes, given their flawless record of past mercenary operations. The commander walked up to Sharon, reached out, and squeezed her shoulder while smiling. Sharon smiled back and gently punched him in the chest.
Do you know everyone in the universe, Commander?
Chow Hoi asked, referring to the commander's interaction with the armored soldier named Brandy, as they all began walking in the direction indicated by Officer Khan.
I try to make friends wherever I go. There's good people everywhere, Xiaohai. You just have to look. I like to connect with the good ones because I'm brittle. I need people to take care of me, to push me around in my wheelchair when I get old.
You're already old.
See, that's true. So I'm gonna need you to carry me to... where the hell are we going?
Conference Room H.
So I'm gonna need you to carry me to Conference Room H then.
Well, see, I'm carrying around the weight of my own problems, dude. I mean, you're old, but you're a big, strong man, so you got this.
A friend in every port, Commander?
Yes. Officer Khan, may I speak with Brandy while we walk?
Trooper TK-421.
Why aren't you at your post?
Excuse me?
Never mind. May I? So, Brandy, check this out. It's really good to see you.
I know, Commander. So much has happened in my life. It's been so long.
It really has, sister.
Your crew is bigger than last time. The last time Brandy had seen the Commander, when they became friends, the team consisted of the Commander, Tanya, and Zhao Hoi. At that time, the Commander was the overall leader of the MRU. That role was now held by Captain Tanya Sidea. The Commander then introduced Brandy to Lara and Sharon. Oh, I'm engaged.
Stop. Shut your face. Really? That's fantastic.
I know. You'll come to the wedding, right?
Are you serious? Yes, I'll be there.
Oh, and I'm a sergeant now. I'm in charge of my own squad.
Fantastic. You go, sister.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I have to go. Take care of yourself. I want you to make it to the wedding. You're the best man.
Wait. Serious?
Yes, serious. Goodbye, Commander. She then ran off to another area of the hangar bay with 2 of her squad members.
Soft old man.
No, I'm brittle.
These are your contractor badges. You are to wear them at all times during your stay on the Vanguard. They will serve as your identification if you are stopped by anyone at any time while aboard. They also provide access to less restricted areas of the ship. After your briefing, you are to meet here with Lieutenant Orison. He will escort you to accommodations we've provided during your stay. Welcome to the Vanguard.
With that, Officer Khan handed a contractor badge to each member of the MRU. He then held his hand up to the door of the conference room H, motioning for the group to enter, and walked off down the corridor, accompanied by the remaining armored soldiers.
Ladies first.
Exactly.
The squad entered the room. An Antarian military officer stood from where he was sitting at the conference room table, motioning for the MRU team to take seats. As the team took their seats, the commander stopped to say hello and shake hands with the security guards in the room and the officer at the table. He had met them during previous mercenary contract operations for the Antarian Empire. After the team sat down, the commander looked over and saw an armored figure standing in a corner of the room, holding a rifle, who didn't appear to be a member of the Antarian military.
Hey. Why does he get to keep his weapon? Why does he get to keep his shit?
The officer brushed aside the commander's question with a wave.
I mean, I'm not understanding.
Just after the commander said this, a senior officer, Commander Jerak, entered the room, walking to the empty seat and sitting down. He began to speak.
It's good to see you again, Captain Sidea, Commander Cody.
Commander Jarek?
What's up, Tom?
Commander Tom Jerak then introduced himself to the rest of the MRU team and began his briefing.
Everything I'm about to tell you is classified. The information is to be shared with no one outside this room under penalty of death.
He's funny.
He's classy. It's a nice touch.
An outpost on Deveron was seized by the Karathan rebel forces nearly 2 months ago. This outpost and its inhabitants, as well as the planet itself, fall under Antarian Imperial rule. Since the Karathan takeover, they've been using the base as a staging area for intelligence gathering and collection of stolen Imperial classified documents. The inhabitants have been forced into slave labor camps collecting raw materials and precious metals for the Karathan war effort. The rebels have instituted regular torture as a means to keep the native population in line. Deveron's economy is in near collapse. We are tasked with retaking this world for the Empire.
Commander Jarak continued briefing the team on the situation. Members of the MRU squad began showing looks of concern with one another. The Antarian Empire generated a lot of propaganda against the Karathan rebellion. The squad weren't convinced of the claims made by Jarak during his speech. Upon completion of the General Sit Rep, Commander Jarak gave the team a more personal briefing of their role during the large-scale operation.
So, it looks like an infiltration op this time.
Yes, you'll be infiltrating a sensitive area of the base to retrieve highly classified documents stolen by the rebellion. Your record with us to date is spotless. I personally spoke with General Ulrich, recommending your team for this op based on past performance.
Whoa.
As you can see, your team will be well compensated for this mission.
Yes, we will.
So, sister, you just gonna leave us hanging? I mean, I need to know. Yum.
Okay, that works.
I get half because, I'ma have to fly through some dangerous shit.
See, I get half because, I'm the captain and shit.
Laura's gonna need half to pay me back for all the coffee she be stealing out of my quarters.
The word you're looking for, Commander, is appropriated, not stealing.
If that means you stole my shit, sure.
And I mean that conversation was last hour. We should focus on the juicy paycheck and our future.
I'm about to feel rich.
Lieutenant Arosen will meet you outside to escort you to your quarters for the evening. Mission details will be transmitted to a secure access terminal located in Captain Sedea's quarters. We'll meet back here at 0500 hours for a pre-strike briefing. I'll be available if you have any questions this evening. Otherwise, I'll see you all tomorrow morning.
Sharon stood up from the conference room table and stretched.
Hot tub time. I need to marinate.
You mean soak.
That too.
Oh my god, do we have hot tubs this time? 'Cause I'm about to go live in mine.
The MRU squad met with Lieutenant Orison outside the conference room. He then escorted the team to the deck, where their quarters were located. Later, the squad met in Captain Sedea's quarters.
Come in.
I knew you had one.
Laura, we need to talk about mission shit.
Yeah, we're good. I can hear you from here while I'm soaking.
Time to marinate.
How'd you get a hot tub?
'Cause, I'm the captain and shit.
You got one too, didn't you?
I did.
Look, I don't know if I believe this crap. I've never known the Karathan rebellion to enslave populations like this. This may just be Antarian propaganda, and I'm using your hot tub after this meeting.
We need to verify this.
Maybe there's a way. So, what about your boyfriend? Can you call him up? We can see what he knows.
Not my boyfriend.
Husband?
Ha! Yeah, no.
Late night snack?
No, I'm on a diet.
Meow.
Let's talk to General Ortega or Juarez. Maybe they know something about this.
Call them from an Antarian destroyer and wreck our current contract and all potential contracts from the Empire in the future? Yeah, no thanks. Those two have access to sophisticated tracking and monitoring equipment. They'll figure out where we're calling from. It's a bad idea.
Chow Wai can call her boyfriend on his personal line that won't be traced.
Not my boyfriend.
Okay.
Chow Hoi contacted her romantic interest, Pash Bendix, a pilot in the Karathan Rebellion attached to their main fleet. She used the encryption algorithm the commander had written for just these sort of occasions to ensure the squad transmission could not be traced. Pash did some checking and called back. He was suspicious, but Chow Hoi and the commander explained it was something the MRU had been tasked with investigating. Which was true. The team was just investigating as temp employees for their mortal enemy. Based on what Pash uncovered, the information provided to the MRU by the Antarian Empire appeared to be genuine. The Karathan detachment on Devarin were known, for some time, to employ underhanded tactics. They were under investigation by Karathan High Command, but so much of the Karathan resources were tied up in currently losing to the Antarian Empire that the necessary manpower could not be spared to go after them, and they were usually discreet about their underhand tactics.
Okay, I did my job for today. I'm going in.
I'm gonna have to join them.
Good night, Captain.
Good night, Commander.
Night, Commander.
Night, bro.
Later, dude.
The commander walked out of Captain Sedea's quarters and to his own for the night. Tomorrow, the major offensive of Devarin would begin.